Hey everybody, it's Shaw Blackburn, the Loon Witch, and I wanted to welcome you today to our Recombobulation Station. This is just going to be a brief video. Typically when we do a Recombobulation Station, we do about an hour long, and it's really just a time for people to come together or separately and be in their sacred space and be in peace and be in quiet and find their center, ground, feel balanced, feel wellness, and meditate or read or just take time to breathe for themselves. So I brought some things into my meditation space with me today that I thought might help. And if you want to recreate, sorry, I'm itching my eye. If you want to recreate this recombobulation station for yourself, I strongly recommend that you do this at least once a week. Have a cup of tea, have a cup of water, I guess a cup of coffee if that's your drink of choice. But make sure that it's in a cup that you love. Make sure that it's something that you can connect to. So I'm drinking water because I'm doing a lot of talking. In your sacred space, you can light a candle. Candles often make us feel peace and calm. They bring us back to a time when they were our only light source as opposed to the incandescent light that we have today with our electricity. Create a small altar for yourself. Bring your journal. I actually brought my journal / date book in with me. So here it is. This is my date book. It's almost to the end of the year, and then I have my new date book all ready, but I wanted to do some journaling today, so I brought that with me. And think about what helps you, what helps you to meditate, what helps you get to that sense of peace and grounding in your life. Now, if you were to come here for a recombobulation station, you would find that we have some aromatherapy going on, that we have some music playing. There are cushions on the floor. I'm actually sitting in my meditation spot, which is in the heart of my forest here, inside the shop. And this always brings me a sense of peace. Now, I've been working from home for my corporate job, and while working from home, that means that I'm working here in the shop. Working in the shop means that, I have well, you can't see what's around me, but I have all of my corporate things around me as well as my spiritual things around me. Oh, my goodness, feeling peaceful already. And that actually helps me to be able to, throughout the day, kind of disconnect and really just recombobulate myself. So I might take a lunch break, and maybe I'm only going to take 15 minutes of a lunch break, but in that 15 minutes, I could be sitting here in my sacred space meditating. Of course, everyone's not as lucky as I am. So, if you're working from home and your family is home and you don't have a place that you can go that is your own personal place of peace, then you really need to think about, what is that going to look like? How are you going to create that for yourself? When my son was really small, I didn't have a lot of time that was just delegated for my own personal sense of peace. So sometimes I would just go lock myself into the bathroom for 15 minutes or so, maybe half hour. And sometimes I would sit in an empty tub with a couple of candles going and read my book. And it was really just that simple, that you need to be clever to find ways to bring that sense of peace for yourself into your own life. Nobody's going to hand it to you and say, here, take 15 minutes out of your day and do nothing. Do nothing but relax. So what I did today was I brought in some things. Of course, you can see my computer here because I can't record things and do things without having the computer handy. But you can see our meditation unicorn. This is a squishmallow. Her name is Eileen. Eileen is our sacred unicorn. and everybody should have one. Squishmallows are great. This size Squishmallow is about $20. They're super soft. They have cute, cute characters. You can use them as pillows. You can use them as little loveys. You have to fight your kids for them. I have to fight my dog for her. Well, not for her, but I have one at the house that the dog really loves. His name is Kirk, and he's a koala. And it was actually my adopted daughter who got me interested in them. My daughter Nan and her kids. She sent me a Marco Polo video of her with her squishmallows, and she was like, "These are the softest things." So I had to follow suit, and I had to go out and I had to buy a squishmallow for myself, which I then proceeded to take camping all summer long. It was great. Anyway, I digress, but this is the point of recombobulating. Recombobulating, there's no script, there's no requirement. You don't have to get to some Zen Buddhist meditation state. You just have to find your way to relaxation. And you might see me shifting my position from time to time, like right now. And a lot of that has to do with the fact that I have really dry skin and the weather's been wet, hot, cold, dry, wet, cold, hot, and dry. It's been kind of all over the place. So my skin's been really sort of angry with me. Anyway, I digress again. And that is the point of recombobulating. What's going on with you? What are the things that you need to reassess about yourself? Like I said, this is no deep required meditation. This is not a yogic practice that requires you to set your mind free of all the mental alterations, all of the thoughts that pop into your mind. This is a time for you. The process of recombobulation is looking at those thoughts. What are those thoughts? What are they? Why are you having them? What do you need to do? You may not have singing bowls. I did bring a singing bowl in with me. So it's actually a crystal bowl, but it's really nice. And the vibration of this bowl is meant to keep you connected. And it's such a beautiful, beautiful sound. I strongly recommend that people incorporate singing bowls into their life. When you feel the vibration of these bowls, it's just so magical. And I love, love, love this bowl. I got this from a friend of mine. We were vending together at an event. Another thing that you can do is listen to some music that you like. What's some music, some just peaceful music that you like? Obviously, a recombobulation station is not necessarily the place where you want to be listening to, I don't know, let's say Dropkick Murphys or Metallica. Now you know the kind of things that I listen to. But maybe you want to listen to a little Celtic Woman, a little 2002 orchestra, some native drum music, some peaceful, just no singing necessarily, just more instrumental type music that helps you to connect to your own thoughts without having other random thoughts popping into your head. Um, Maybe a book. So I brought a couple of books in with me because I wanted to share some things with you today. Um, So this book is The Goddess Devotional, and it's from Molly Reamer. She's in Missouri. She has Bridget's Grove, and she makes a lot of little goddesses and things like that. And she's also like just a super fun spiritual person. I really like the elemental gratitude invocation in this book. And so I wanted to share that with you as a way of bringing ourselves to a place of peace and destroying the stress of the Thanksgiving holiday and the Black Friday shopping and the Small Business Saturday, the Cyber Monday, and all the things that lead us through this holiday season. The holidays can be the most stressful time for people. It doesn't matter if you're in a happy place or in a sad place. So I want to just read this. Elemental gratitude invocation. I stand rooted on the earth and offer my gratitude. I turn to the east and offer gratitude for the air I breathe. I turn to the south and offer gratitude for the fire of my spirit. I turn to the west and offer gratitude for river, lake, stream, and ocean. I turn to the north and offer gratitude for stone, tree, and bone. I touch the earth and offer gratitude for this land I call home. I reach toward the sky and offer gratitude for sun and stars. I place my hand on my heart and breathe deep and offer gratitude for all that I am and all that I have, and for the many blessings of my life. And that's such a nice way to start off your recombobulation station. Read a prayer, read something that is lovely to you, that's peaceful to you. And maybe you want to bring your tarot cards or an oracle card set in. Maybe that's a good time for you to pull a card to reflect on. Where are you going? Where should you be going? What should you check out in your life? So I picked a card for us today. This is from the Sacred Traveler Oracle, and this is Finding Sanctuary. Because our mission today is for you to find sanctuary, opening to your spiritual space, your spiritual source. Excuse me, I misread that. But finding sanctuary and opening to your spiritual source means it doesn't matter if you are Buddhist or Christian or Jewish or Islamic, Muslim, non-religious, atheist, agnostic. It really doesn't matter what spiritual path you call home or don't call home. What matters is your relationship with yourself. Who are you? Who do you want to be? And on our Mighty Network, I had asked the question earlier this month, are you the best version of yourself in this moment? And I got a lot of interesting responses to that question. So I went back out to those folks and I posed a new question to them. I forgot the new question, but they kind of skirted around the, yes, I am the best version of myself in this moment. And they didn't even say, no, I'm not. One woman said it's a huge work in progress. Another person said that imperfection is the signs of growth. Somebody else commented that they were struggling and were focusing on letting go of the things they couldn't change. And those are all wonderful concepts of thought. And I strongly encourage you all to embrace those ideas and embrace those thought processes, but also embrace the idea that right now, in this moment, you are the best version of yourself. You're learning, you're growing, you're open to your heart, your soul, the universe. You're open to what's next. What's the possibilities? And in this moment, you are open to the unlimited possibilities. It's okay if you don't feel happy. It's okay if you don't feel fulfilled. It's okay if you don't feel worthy. All of those things are okay. It doesn't mean that you're not the best version of you in this moment. It just means that you have feelings that you need to explore and consider and think about and embrace and work through in some cases. And that's all part of recombobulating yourself. Find your sacred space, create your sacred space, give yourself the time to be in your sacred space. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to have a sip of my water. I'm going to actually journal for a few minutes, and I'm going to play some music. So here I go. I'm switching over. I actually found this song that I thought would be nice to play. This is a song you may hear me do later, but this is called the Peace Drum Song. And it was not at the beginning. So here we go. Well, heck. Let's open that up.
Peace Drum Song. Peace, bring us peace. Peace, bring peace. Feel the heartbeats, bring us peace. All to us bring peace. Feel the heartbeats, bring us peace. Understanding, all to us bring peace. Blessed peace. Feel the heartbeats, bring us peace. Understanding, all to us bring peace.
That was it. That was our Peace Drum Song. Isn't that nice? So I want you to think about the music that you might play in the background. Now that had words to it, and you could see maybe my body wanted to sway a little bit. I love to dance and move and sing. You're lucky I didn't start singing along. Anyway, that's a big part of it. It's just peace. Recombobulation is bringing yourself to a place of peace, even if it's just for a minute, even if it's just for a moment. So I hope that you will find 5 minutes a day for yourself, a half an hour a week for yourself to recombobulate and find peace. And if you can't do it at your home, you're more than welcome to do it here. We are open by appointment only. A recombobulation station costs nothing. And you can come sit on the cushions, listen to some music, relax, do absolutely nothing, take a nap. It's all good. You do have to wear your mask though while you're here. Can't do anything about that. But it is a place of peace. I love being here. This is a huge part of my sacred space, and I hope that you can find peace and recombobulate in your own way. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me, Shaw Blackburn, the Loon Witch, loonwitch@gmail.com. So that's Loon, LOONWITCH@gmail.com. Thanks so much, everybody. Blessed be.